Paradise. So this third song ever written
after Pasta, Big Bowl of Pasta.
And the first song written just fully on like just in the moment as such, like.
That was because we didn't have that before that, haven't we? We'd written together, but it had never been like that. And then when we were like, let's go and write some music together, and it's going to be a punk rock band. We're going to do one tour. I just need to get it out of my system. So I sold it.
Biggest lie I've ever been sold.
Yeah. And it was worth it though, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah. And so we wrote Fangs straight into Primary Explosive, went and had some lunch, and left you in the studio in the garage. Just like,
and I'm panic writing. I'm like, we've ran out, we've got to go.
You panic wrote some fucking great shit in your time. And then this is what comes out. It's like this crazy riff. And then I'd had like tons of, I'd had notebooks.
You had so many
of like just mental scrawlings and scribblings of, because I write all the time. And at the time I obviously was out of a band, didn't know if I was ever going to have a band again. And there was loads of, at that time, like, ISIS were on a fucking rampage.
Yeah. I remember the discussion being like, can we actually do this?
Yeah.
I know maybe that seems weird now, but at the time it felt really like, I guess like, I feel like it was close to the Charlie Hebdo thing, which felt like a...
Yeah, it was definitely like putting a
where
flag in the sand.
You realised how like, what they were doing was seemingly innocent to them, but it got attention. And I remember being, I don't know, I think we were pretty confident, but we at least talked about it, which shows how much of a time it was, isn't it?
Yeah.
It
was that was a fucking scary time. But then a lot of the lyrics in the record are about that. Like they're about those little moments that you catch on the news where it's just, it's about like your normal waking life, the reality, how calm it can be, and then on the news there's just such fucking chaos happening in the world, like, and you just sort of think about those people in those chaotic moments, like, or at least I do. I think about them and I think, man, that person has a fucking mum and a dad, brothers and sisters, and they had a life. They had a 6th birthday. Do you know what I mean? They had an 8th birthday. They had all those things. They had a school. So what happened for them to get to that point? And I'm not just even talking about, like, I'm talking about a pilot that got caught and then set on fire in a cage, like, and then you compare all of that to what was going on, and that was also that was the beginning of the end for the country as we know it. You know, that was when sort of Brexit was like on the horizon already, but no one could see it.
Do you remember how insanely passionate it connected with France, which must have been? Is that because of the Charlie Hebdo thing? Or? Yeah,
because we went a week after, 2 weeks after that happened, and we went and toured there, and everyone was saying. So we had a tour of the Bronx.
That song meant so much
to the Bronx in Europe, and then the Backline happened. And everyone was like, my whole family were like,
I remember getting out of bed to watch the news.
Yeah, I was driving home.
On tour,
I was driving home from somewhere and I heard it on the news. They stopped the radio to like talk about that, and Sarah was texting me, and it was crazy. And then my whole family were like, "You cannot go." And then I remember speaking to Jovi. Jovi called me and was like, "We're going to do it. Like, are you guys? What are you guys saying?" And I was like, "We're in 100%." And a lot of bands cancelled their tours, and I think because we didn't, and Paris was one of the first shows, right, on the tour, and we got there, and it was just chaos. It was just we played the set, and it was like it was rapturous, like energy. But then when we played that song and we dedicated it, it went fucking like, I don't think France has been like a serious part of our life ever since that.
I think so. I think that's where it stems back to. I think it's that like kind of connection and bond that you form in those like extreme moments. But yeah, I think
there were people in the crowd that night who were at the Backline and who came up to me afterwards and were in tears and were saying like, I lost my friend, or I lost, you know, and there were people in the industry obviously that were there saying like, this is my life, and like we can't allow it. Like, the minute you stop playing, like they win, and that's exactly what they wanted at the time.
I think it's one of the things which shows you some songs can live have a fairly like, I guess like I don't know, like almost like light-hearted existence, and then you get a song like Paradise that feels like it had a much more important role in the world.
Yeah.
And you realise the power, essentially, of what a song can be to people when it is about something that becomes very real in their life.
Yeah.